Joe's watching.
Greetings, aloha, what's going on? It is Mike from LiveMyAssOff.com, along with my very, very good friend
Robbie from Walking on Shoes, Thailand.
Oosh.
I love it. I love it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Thailand. Good morning, Bangkok. And if you look behind us, it's a beautiful, beautiful day.
Robbie's been gardening.
I've been gardening
for, hours. You've been committed to this whole foliage
We should ask Kitty
thing.
if I garden.
We should. Wow.
Giggity.
Giggity.
That's his word.
Let's skadoosh that
That's your word. That's
No.
not
No. You know Family Guy, right? That's Quagmire.
Oh, that's right. Family Guy.
Yeah.
Do they have Family Guy here in Thailand?
Well, they have the internet in Thailand, so yes,
yeah,
they have Family Guy.
So, yeah, you guys, we are just outside here at the True Digital Park. We usually have been meeting at the Starbucks here at the True Digital Park, but today we've decided to be outside. And guess what you guys get to listen to?
Copyright music, ladies and gentlemen, in the background. With any luck, these windscreens are also copyright infringement screens. And so hopefully that will not do it. And what's so funny, right, is both of us. Skadoosh, Christy.
Skadoosh,
wow.
Christy. Good morning, Christy.
HR moment right there.
Yeah,
That's
good
a big
evening
deal.
to Christy.
We came over here and it was silent, right? And the security guards were looking at me. In fact, one of them literally came over and touched me because he's like, "Oh my God, you're so strong," kind of thing. Right? And I'm
That's what all the lady boys say, buddy.
Well, that's the thing. I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't a ladyboy security guard. I think they need to expand their verticals. But
yeah, we do have a graphic for that. We'll show later.
My God, what if there was only a graphic for that? Here's the thing. Speaking of ladyboys and wiping the ointment off of my face. You like that word, ointment?
Ointment.
I like ointment. So we're here at True Digital Park, and again, we're normally right over there. You guys know, right over there at the Starbucks. And so today we tried to do outdoor. Wow, that's great product placement, actually. 824 subscribers. Mariano, thank you so much for that, dude. I really appreciate the update. Chest bump.
And Mariano's going to be here any moment. But go ahead, continue
Is
with
he?
your thought.
Is he coming from Germany?
He's coming soon.
All
Isn't
right.
he? Wait, no, I'm thinking of Patrick.
So I have in my calendar that Patrick is already here. Or is it Reef that's already come? One of these guys was in my calendar is already showing up. So, but I want to. You know what I really want to do is I want to give Christy a chest bump. Would that harm?
Did you see that graphic she sent?
Would that harm her? Does she have enough sort of?
She does.
Padding.
I think I'm not answering any of those questions.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's not like we're in the office, dude. I mean, it's not like we're in California.
But we are on location at True Digital, and next week
Nice
we will be
segue.
back in Pattaya.
Yes.
For the
World Jet
International
Ski Competition.
That's right.
Very, very cool. It's going to be right on Jomtien Beach, which is neat, right? Because usually the events that happen in Pattaya are basically on Pattaya Beach.
Yeah.
But this is going to be on Jomtien Beach. And it starts Wednesday, actually, so you're going to be back for that.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
I will be shooting lots
say.
of video for it on Walking My Shoes Thailand, so be sure to check it out.
Subscribe there. YouTube.com/Walking in My Shoes Thailand. You don't have the @ sign yet for your thing, do you?
I do not. Just type in Walking My Shoes Thailand in the browser.
Okay.
Check us out. We'll put the link up here also. And you guys definitely check it out.
Outstanding. So my calendar was correct. So, Patrick, does that mean you're in Phuket? Because I believe, so that was what I had in my calendar. I think he arrived, so today's Saturday. I think you got here Tuesday, Wednesday, regardless.
So he's had a couple of days to get it out of his system.
And the jet lag, you mean? Or the
Pattaya.
He's in Phuket, see?
Oh, he's in Phuket.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to Pattaya.
Yeah,
and trust me, and you know this very well, it takes a hell of a lot more than a couple of days to get the Pattaya out of your system.
Sort of.
I mean, we refer to that as backed up chowder in New England.
Backed up is correct.
You get that backed up chowder. You just blow that stuff wide open.
You know what's interesting is when my jet landed, it was an instant release.
Really? And so, your fellow travelers, were they like, whoa, a little early for the protein shake, white guy?
I know. What's going on?
What's happening over there?
I'm sitting next to two buffaloes sitting next to me in the plane, and I'm like...
Were they sick buffaloes from Isan? Because those are the ones you want to donate a lot of money to. Those are the ones you want to invest. It's the ultimate depreciating asset. Oh,
he's 8 hours ago, and he's in Pattaya.
Okay, so my documentation was my brain was incorrect.
So it is about 8 o'clock in the morning, so he must be at the windmill still.
Probably, yeah, he's probably still there.
So, Patrick, if you haven't seen the windmill, step on in.
Yeah,
not that I'm giving a shout out to the windmill. I guess they get that free pub, but whatever.
I mean... God,
It is an experience.
When
right?
were you there? A couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I was there about a week ago with the 21-year-old.
The
21-year-old
Nick.
Nick will be our guest next week, so he is going to come on the show next
sweet.
week. So you guys stay tuned for that. He might be on right now, but next week we're going to meet him in person, and you guys can ask him questions. What do you do as a 21-year-old?
I got you red, or was she referring to a little portion of your body?
No. She was referring to comments earlier. But let's stay on track, Mike.
All right, whatever. I mean, I'm
There we
a little distracted because of the incredibly, the Christmas music, basically.
So let me ask you, your first 8 hours. Let's talk about that because he brought it up. Your
first
8 hours. Your plane lands. Let's hear it. I mean, Patrick, we're going to share that because I actually want you to share what you are doing with us. So, Mike, you go first.
My first trip?
First trip? Well, is this Patrick's first trip, or has he been here
No,
before?
he's been here before. It's been a while. Like a lot of these guys, right? They're kind of in the whole like, hey, it's been 2 years. Hey, it's been 3 years.
Okay, but it's holiday for Patrick. So let's just not say first trip. Let's just say holiday trip. Maybe a second or a third holiday trip, like Patrick.
Second or third holiday trip for me,
Yeah.
first 8 hours.
First 8 hours.
So after doing Bangkok the first time and then heading down to Pattaya, the next time I came, it was Songkran.
Oh.
And yeah, because I went home and I didn't even last 90 days back in San Diego. I was like, I'm coming back to Thailand. So I'm back in Thailand. It's basically, I think it's 2012, April, obviously, Songkran. And I take a taxi down to Pattaya. So basically, after I land, through immigration, maybe a cab ride. So basically, 3-4 hours later, I'll tell you, I know exactly what happened my second trip. I'm in Pattaya, and I am exhausted. But the cool thing is I found a hotel where I could check in, believe it or not. As long as I checked in after 5 a.m., they didn't charge me for that previous night. Because you know how, like, yeah, exactly. Because you know how normally check-in's like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So I get there, and I actually mistakenly did not make a reservation for the previous night, like you would normally do, right?
Yeah.
Because you're like, look, I'm getting in the middle. So I get in there, I got my luggage, and they're like, oh, you need to check in, basically later today because it was after midnight. But they're like, that's basically tomorrow. And I said, oh, okay, can I just leave my stuff? And she says, well, yeah, as long as you come back after 5 a.m. And I was like, I fucking love Thailand, right? Anyway, so I'm exhausted. So I walk down Walking Street, and this is on Soi 5.
And this is at what time now? Give me the Walking Street time.
This is about 4.
This matters.
This is about 4 a.m.
Wow,
probably.
4 a.m. Walking Street.
So no. I'm walking down the street. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm staying on Soi 5, and I don't even know. I think they reconditioned it. But anyway, so I'm staying at a hotel on Soi 5, kind of about almost way down to Second Road. So I walk down, and I'm like, okay. So I got my
Red Planet.
I got my no, thank God, that place is a friggin' dump.
It is a dump.
What was this place called? Pattaya Blue Sky. And in fact, what's interesting is that place was my actual Thai address for a long time. It's how I opened up my first bank account.
Wow,
it's how
from a hotel.
Yeah, because at the time, what you did is you took your receipt from your hotel, and that was how you proved you lived where you lived.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting.
So you're walking down the street.
So I'm walking down Beach Road, and I'm walking from basically Soi 5 down to Soi 6. So I get down to Soi 6, and of course, it's still 4 in the morning, right? So people are like doing stuff. So I get one of these kebabs, like right?
Love it. 4 in the morning.
Doner kebab, 4 in the morning. I get one of those. I grab something to drink. I'm sitting down on the sidewalk there that basically sort of is over the beach. So there's a little bit like my legs are hanging over, and it's where at the end of Soi 6 there's that. Well, first of all, there's the prayer house. But then there's also that, circular sort of statue, right? People kind of sit around in a circle.
That's right. Yes, I know exactly where that's at.
So I'm there, and there's a couple people maybe. I'm exhausted. And I'm
are the couple of people sitting there at 4 in the morning?
I honestly don't. I mean, well, they weren't hookers. I know that.
Jokes.
It was just kind of weird. I wish they were. They would have been entertaining. So I am on my phone, but I'm exhausted. So anyway, so I finish eating, right? I get up, and I'm walking back to my hotel. I'm like halfway, and so the distance, right? It's like there's that like mall with that McDonald's. That's basically the distance between 6 and 5.
Okay.
Right? So I'm like walking, so I'm like halfway to that distance. In the back, I hear this guy yelling, right? And I think to myself, oh, Christ, it's some crazy person. They're totally drunk.
4 in the
running
morning.
after me, waving his arm in the air. I left my phone on the sidewalk.
Wow.
At almost 5 in the morning on freaking Beach Road.
And you're awake still.
This is like Songkran, right? And this Thai guy, he's like, oh, you left your phone back there.
That's awesome. I love Thailand.
I'm like...
Love it.
All in. I freaking love this place.
Love it.
Now, that said, I think I know what you were getting at. And I can tell you that within my first... So that was in my first, like, 3 or 4 hours. In the first 8 hours, I was full tilt. You know what? Okay, so here's another thing that I discovered on that trip. So I'm awake. I can't sleep, right? So I go back to the hotel. I check in basically at 5:05 a.m. I go upstairs. No way I'm going to sleep. Throw on my running gear.
Throw on your running gear. What are we running to?
No, I used to run regularly. It kind of disappoints me that I don't anymore. But anyway, what I would do is I'd run on Beach Road. And I discovered this time that when I was running on Beach Road, that towards the end, like down towards Walking Street, that's where a whole bunch of ladyboys would hang out, okay? So I'm running down there. Well, what happened
There's the truth, guys.
Is they started high-fiving me.
Oh, I love it already.
Right? So I do that, and then and then part of my run, I go up South Road, and then I take a left on Bukaw. And you know how, like, they joke around about, like, all the Thais communicate with each other, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I take a left on Bukaw. I'm coming up Bukaw, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to cruise down Soy Honey and then over on, like, Soy 10 or something like that, and I'll make it back to Beach Road. So I'm coming up to the intersection of Soy Bukaw and Soy Honey, and there's those, like, ladyboy bars on the right.
Okay, got you.
They jump out, and they start high-fiving me.
It's morning.
They're friends. Okay.
So the walk of shame.
No.
You're doing the run of shame.
I'm doing the run of shame. They're doing the walk of success. If they're still out at this time, they got money in their pocket.
That's true.
They're financially big. What happened was their friends on the beach messaged them. And so it was amazing. It was as if I was like running a marathon. My ego was just like, this is giant. And also I'm one of like 5 people out at that time. Everyone's like, dude,
they're out.
So they start high-five. It was absolutely hilarious. Well, my ego was like, oh, my God, I got to do it. So I ran every single night to the point where I would be coming down Beach Road and all the, I don't know what they were saying, but, the chatter, right?
I don't know if we should ask Patrick. Patrick, do you run? Because I'm looking at your last comment here,
because of the lady boys?
Yeah. No, this is what he does during his 8 hours. He just stayed at a friend's condo. Man, that is kind of boring, buddy. But I know you've been here because my first 8 hours coming back from holiday, second or third trip. Yeah, second trip. So I'll say more or less second trip.
Pre-kitty is the short answer.
Pre-kitty, that's correct.
Pre-Gracie.
Meow. You like that?
Kitty at my foot and I want to touch it.
That's it. So pre-kitty, yeah, I pretty much hit up some of the party avenues, party streets, Walking Street. Actually, on my second trip, I was in Bangkok.
Oh, you stayed for a while?
I stayed in Bangkok for a few days, wanting to tour Bangkok because I haven't done it before. Because on my first trip, I came straight to Pattaya. Got in the car.
I remember that,
1, 2 in the morning. And my second trip, again, 1, 2 in the morning, I go ahead stayed in Bangkok for a few days and went to Nana Plaza, which is pretty much dead. And I went to Soy Cowboy. It was
because your second trip was 2020.
That's correct.
Which was when? March, April, May, June, what?
That would have been...
Would have to been after July because the whole country was friggin' closed.
Yeah, so it was November. That's
right. November 2020. Oh, so you were first time November 2019, second trip November 2020.
Yep, and then 3 more after that.
Talk about a delta. You're like a year later, they literally kicked everybody out.
Yes, but I was watching YouTube like crazy to find out what's going on here in Thailand. But I tell you what, Patrick, more power to you. Staying at a friend's house, there's one thing I've learned here is make buddies, make friends, and people want to be friends with you. And because if you're here, you're like-minded to some degree.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's probably like 4 or 5 groups, right? I mean, obviously there's the mongers, right? And then there's the complainers, and they complain about everything, whether they live here or they live at home, and they love Thai visa. And then there's the guys like you and me that come over, and then basically throughout the course of like our relationship with Thailand, we discover more and more stuff that we like. For example, he and I are hanging out last night at a coffee shop, and he starts having basically this. He starts telling me the story of a gratitude attack he had while on the BTS.
Yeah.
Because it was so crowded.
It was so crowded.
How many times have you been in New York, Boston, Los Angeles, and been like, I love this public transportation. It's so friggin' crowded?
Yeah,
False.
Do you know what's crazy about that? So, guys, I'm 5'10", pushing it, and
I'm taller when I lay down.
Yeah, that's true.
Skadoosh. Where's Christy with my chest bump?
She's there. So yeah, being on the train, I had this total gratitude attack, and this was just like 2 days ago or yesterday or whatever. I mean, the days blur together.
Yeah, for sure.
So I gotta tell you guys, I'm standing there, and Kitty's with me. And I'm like the tallest one, or one of the tallest, the 10th percentile on the train.
Yeah, you definitely want to talk.
And I'm like towering over everybody, and I'm just standing up, and I'm watching people scramble into the door, and it's like sardines, and I will be getting a picture of it sooner or later. But what's crazy is I'm sitting there with Kitty. And standing there. Sorry, not sitting. Yeah. We're standing on someone's lap.
Yeah.
And everybody's shorter than me, but by a lot, by several inches. And people will take my picture.
Oh, yeah.
And Kitty's like going, why are they taking your picture? And, of course, I'm going to tell her, VIP, come on.
VIP.
I look like a celebrity.
Did you show her your VIP-ness?
I showed her that I was the VIP.
Giggity.
So there you go. So anyways, guys, so yeah, my first 8 hours is definitely different, and then having that gratitude attack. So big guy 45, I'm not sure what these comments are about.
No, hold on. Let's take a look.
Let's take a peek. He's losing subs.
Anybody familiar with the unsubscribe glitch that's been going on in certain channels recently? Holy crap, it makes me so angry. Stealing perfectly well-deserved subscribers from me and other people.
I don't know.
I was on the road to 900 subs. Now I dropped it down to 882. I know this is a fact. Okay, so here's the deal. Like, that's going to happen. Because what the reality is that there's no humans that do anything with YouTube, with the exception of push updates, okay?
Yeah.
And again, that's a massive process if you know anything about, pipeline and that sort of thing in the way that you update CI/CD coding, okay? But the point is that there is an algorithm somewhere that its main job is to determine whether a subscriber is real or if they subscribed intentionally or not.
So basically, you have 30 subscribers that were fake so far.
No, 882. He lost 8 subs. I mean, I'm
just putting it simple. Just for layman's terms, you probably have some people like myself. I've had some fake subscribers. Number goes up and down, but trust me, it does.
Because they're going to be bots, right? In other words, what's going to happen is people are like, oh my God, somebody stole my identity. Trust me, nobody stole your identity.
Yeah, nobody stole it.
An algorithm that's running out of a server in Russia is what stole your identity. And what it does is it scrapes the shitload of social media.
And that's a good thing for your channel because now you know what's real, what's not.
Ideally, yeah. So it's going to scrape like the basics, right? So LinkedIn, YouTube, and based on all of the stuff that you put up there, it's going to determine a profile for you, and then it's going to try and basically duplicate who you are. And if you're in the United States, it's going to try and open up credit cards in your name. And
here's Patrick's response, by the way. Let's go back to Patrick.
Yeah, I don't like to mix going out with jet lag. Boring, I agree. Pragmatic, perhaps. 7 years ago, I would have been chomping at the bit to go out. Yeah, well, I mean, again, too, I mean, you're with Kitty, I'm with Gracie, and so, I fly into town and I'm like, this is so cool. I got home. I get all excited that I got home and I'm going to be in bed before 11, alone.
So I got to tell you, for me, I mean, yeah, I have Kitty, who's my girlfriend. We won't say my Thai girlfriend, but she is Thai. And I still go out. Now I'm not going out to bars, getting crazy and getting drunk or anything like that. But I still like to go out, and I love the circus. I love the anxiety of Thailand. And that's part of that gratitude attack while I'm on the train being so packed in like sardines. It was pretty crazy. So, yeah, I get the jet lag thing also.
Speaking about eating out Pattaya. Oh, hey, Ryan. What's happening? Burp, burp. Hey, thanks a lot for the shout-out, by the way. So Ryan stopped by when we were in 1669. I think, what was that, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
2, maybe 3?
Actually, yes.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. So Fireworks Festival, basically, is when it was. So that Saturday. 1669, the restaurant that's in South Jomtien, basically right next to Pattaya, Jomtien Big Market. And Ryan, through Eat Out Pattaya, although I really prefer eating out Pattaya.
I do too, man.
I mean,
dude, eating out Pattaya is awesome.
Because you and I could go hang out with Ryan, and we could tell Kitty and Gracie, hey, honey, listen, I'm just going to go out eating out. I'm just going to go eat out Pattaya.
Ryan showed me his new logo.
What does that mean? Does it have, like...
Well, I don't know.
Like that?
I don't know. It's not like that. It's actually pretty funny.
You think?
Oh, here we go.
So Robbie has been having myocardial infarctions, and so we basically have
the ambulance on standby.
Yeah, the ambulance on standby.
But so Ryan, so guys, check out his channel, Eat Out Pattaya. We are actually editing some clips of his, so hopefully we can get it on to the next show.
Oh, right.
That's right.
Because you guys, so one of Ryan's most recent videos, right? The Greek, do you remember what it was called? The Greek restaurant that you guys went to?
I really don't remember the name. It was okay, but...
It was the food?
The food was fine. Yeah, the food is decent. Yeah,
quite frankly, I mean, I've been to great Greek restaurants in the United States.
That's the problem. I've been to, at the
end of the day, it's a Greek restaurant.
That's right. But, well, no, there is a difference between great and kind of,
Have you ever been to amazing Greek restaurant?
Yes.
Where?
Absolutely.
Greece?
United States.
Where?
I don't remember.
Up near you?
It tells you how
No,
amazing
because
it
I
is.
mean, I can
Yes,
understand.
actually up near me.
Seriously.
And
Because I can see it being in
know
like
the
Los
name.
Angeles, New York City, that sort of thing.
Oh, no. Well, Pismo Beach is where all the expensive people live, I guess. I don't know.
El Greco? Isn't that the
El
animal?
Greco, that's it. That's it.
The
And it was
animal
decent.
that was the spokesperson for that insurance company?
At Gecko.
El Greco, does that basically mean the Greek in Greek?
I
Is
don't know.
all yogurt served in that country Greek yogurt?
I don't know, man. I love how Mike's goes way off the board here, guys. I think that's crazy.
I'm not
I
even
love
wearing
it.
pants.
And
I
we
don't know
haven't even told
why.
you who we are, what we're doing.
Who
So
the hell
let's
are
go
we?
ahead and just shoot that over there.
Winna chicken dinner.
Right.
Although eating out Pattaya is like really, he's right over our the.
I don't even know how you get rid of that.
I
So
have
you
a-
guys, the
I have an issue with that.
Spot.fm, you guys be sure to, if you're subscribed on Walking Issues Thailand or Live Your Ass Off.
Live
with
my
Mike.
ass. I can live
Yeah.
your ass off if you'd like.
You guys go over to thespot.f. We really would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Subscribe to that channel. We do have 800 subs or so, and we're looking for more. We're trying to get to our next level, which is 1,000.
So don't forget, the Spot.fm is the website for the music channel. And yes, we're streaming live on bkk.fm as well as the Spot.fm. And we will do that regularly, actually. Although, to be fair, so this weekend we're not. And that the reason is because we were having some technical difficulties earlier on. I'm not going to go into detail. But at the end of the day, we fixed them. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we could do the YouTube channel with 100% success. And so that's what we've been able to do. If you just, yeah. So that's our new logo. And Robbie, completely kicked that out of the park. I mean, I was totally
Awesome.
stoked. Great logo.
We got shirts coming.
We got him. Yeah, that's going to be
We got
great, man.
shirts
We
coming.
have some great shirts that are going to be available for you guys to buy. But more importantly, you're going to be able to see us around town.
Yep.
Definitely Robbie down in Jomtien because, of course, the infamous boots on the ground.
Yeah,
that's
that's
our
it.
buddy Robbie.
And then next week, again, with the Spot, our nice brand new logo and all that cool
Yes.
stuff. We will be at the 1669 restaurant in Jomtien.
Mm-hmm.
Come in. Be a part of our studio audience. We would appreciate it. Nick will be there.
Second floor,
Yep.
basically.
And Nick will be there.
Do you know the soy? It's like soy 19?
Oh, gosh.
I
it's
don't even
way down
know.
there.
It's way down, yeah.
Yeah, it's where the big market is. So you take a look
Yes.
here if you're familiar with the big market.
Mhm.
That's where it's at. And we're upstairs to the right there looking
Yep.
at that image.
Rescue coffee on the bottom, rescue
Yeah.
pizza as well. And here, if you don't know, I did not know this. 1669. Do you know why it's using that number and what reference it has to
No,
rescue?
I have no idea.
Okay, so
Enlighten me.
they're in a lot of high density tourist areas. There's the tourist police. You've likely heard of those, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Volunteers.
I got a story about that, but go
They're
ahead.
not. I want to hear it. But they're not real police. But at the end of the day, they have a number, right? And as you know, there's multiple 4-digit. Like you can call a certain number to get pizza delivered, But
Okay.
anyway, 1669 is the emergency number in Pattaya.
Like 911 is
Basically,
in America.
sort
Really?
of. Yeah. In other words, if you dial it, they're not going to be like, "What's your emergency?" We're going to dispatch the fire truck and everything. But if you call it, I mean, and it's sort of funny, right? Because it's Pattaya, 69.
69, yeah.
What's your emergency? I'm alone.
69.
Basically, I got like gargling someone else's. Wait, what? Okay. So anyway, so 1669 is basically the rescue number. So that's why he has that whole theme: rescue pizza, rescue
Yeah.
coffee. And I was like, because I was
Got
like,
it.
because I
Now
was
I
like,
got
what's
it.
the address? Is it like 1669 Pattaya Beach? No. So that's his whole theme over there.
Yeah.
So if you're trapped in 69 after a morning run and you're getting slapped by ladyboys, all you do is dial 1669.
And there you go.
Solution.
So that's where we're at next week. You guys stop by. We would love it. Be sure to put your questions in the comments. Doesn't matter what channel you're tuning in right now. We will get to them. We will talk about it. Christy's on the off the hook right now. So, she can't wait to see Nick live. I love it. He'll be here.
We're hilarious.
We're hilarious. Nick will be here. So you guys come to the studio next week. We would love to have you. It'd be awesome. We had Mark here last week also,
Yeah,
right?
he's heading back to Australia, though, so he can't be here for the show. But that's going to be really cool. And with any luck...
I wonder if he's tuning in. So Mark.
Where is he? Bangkok now?
He's
down
in
Pattaya?
so he should be in Pattaya or Jomtien area, and he's
Jomtien,
getting
yeah.
ready to fly back home. So I would love for him to chime in because I want to know how he's feeling. because that is a whole nother topic.
The separation anxiety.
That's correct. Right before you get ready to go back.
So we talked.
Patrick's been through it. I've been through it.
Well,
and I know you've been through it.
And that's actually why I wanted to. I wanted you to expand on that a little bit because I have not had that now for a long time, like 3 years. And when I first moved here, like permanently, November 2019, Gracie and I, of course, let's travel. And I remember after moving here permanently, she got here. We got a condo down. So we go back to the airport, and we're going to fly to Phuket or Koh Samui or something like this. And I remember the gratitude attack I had because I'm at the airport, and I'm like, honey, we're at the Suvarnabhumi airport, and we're not leaving the country. I'm like, this is freaking spectacular. That was a major gratitude attack. Now, that said, with you,
awesome.
though.
I can't wait to have that.
And your two favorite skadooshers. Are we skadoosh bags?
I think we're skadooshing quite a bit. Maybe we should make it just if it's something pretty amazing.
Is this my skadoosh bag?
Well, turn it around for the pub.
For the pub? For the pubic? For the
There it
public?
is.
You know, Christy, I really hope you come over here because if nothing else,
she is. She'll
I'm
be here.
waiting for her to get here and have jet lag, and then she falls asleep in her apartment or her condo, and I break in, and then I put her hand in a cup of warm water, and then I just leave. You ever do that to somebody while they're sleeping?
I think she's done it to somebody.
That's
because she
son
is
of
definitely
a
that
bitch.
personality.
What a
hey, what's up,
crazy
99-cent store guy? I love this guy. He's one of my favorites.
Oh, there we go. Mark in Thailand,
Mark
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
here.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
But what I want you to do is I want you to share with you any degree of separation anxiety the last time. Because the last time you left, dude, first of all, we were closer,
Yeah.
right? We're planning this friggin' business. We're like, look, dude, here's the future. Like, we this is our projections of what's going on. But you got to go home. And I got to stay here
this is my freaking home.
No, but I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But see, that was the thing, right? Is that in your mind, you're like, no, Mike's, this is my fucking home.
Yeah.
I got to go back to this friggin' California place.
Yeah, and I actually got to go back in January. And I did book my ticket.
Oh, yeah. See, that's
really
the check
Kitty's
box
probably upset with me. She says no
disappointment.
VIP. Yeah, I
No
know,
VIP-ness?
I know, no VIP.
I bet you could show her your VIP-ness and she'd be convinced.
yeah. So here we go. Hey, Joe's on, Ryan's on, Mark's on. Great to see you guys.
Oh, he's
this
back
morning.
in Thailand on Thursday. Jesus Christ. He's
Wait,
just
who's that?
Mark, next comment, sorry. I'm ahead of time. I'm from the future.
Back in Thailand on Thursday.
Yeah.
Wait, what? No.
I didn't think he was doing that much of that quick of a trip. That's crazy.
No, he's back to the U.S. I think he's
I'm
going
back in Thailand on Thursday.
That doesn't make sense. I think he's actually
I
going.
think Mark's drunk still
I
from
think
when
there's
he
two Marks on
came
here.
and saw our
I
show.
think there's two of them on here.
I think he's waking up with his hand in a cup of warm water is what I think is happening.
Might-
And Christy's sitting right next to him going,
Yeah, so Mark is going to be part of our pro tip today later on in the
Wow.
show. So you guys be sure to stay tuned towards the end because we got a great story about this guy.
just the tip?
And he's going to be our pro tip.
Just the tip?
Just the tip, guys.
All right, fair enough. All right, no, but walk through.
You're right. I got the Marks confused. Thanks out, Eat Out Pattaya. He would know.
I love eating out Pattaya. Like the entire free. Like some nights I'll just eat out the entire fucking beach road. I'll just walk down there, eating up like crazy.
It's a great. You know, he does go to some great restaurants though, and I've actually had a good time. I've gone to a couple of the restaurants.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed Pinky Blinders. I really enjoyed that much more than I thought I would. Yeah, and the price was right.
What was the delicacy there?
The quality of the food. I'll be honest with you.
No, but was there a special? Like, did they do something really well? Pizza, burgers.
Not that I could see. Actually,
Greek
when you walk
food.
in, yeah, Greek food. When you walk in, you're thinking, okay, this isn't anything special. And you walk in, it's very nice.
Okay.
The outside just from a hotel, and then the D's are immaculate. I mean, it's really good quality.
Okay.
So, matter of fact, when you come down to Pattaya this next week, maybe we should go down there. In fact, we should have. Are you going to be around to where you can go to one of the Eat Out Pattaya events?
I'm always eating out Pattaya, so I mean, any chance I get. No, when are his events, seriously?
So usually he's filming on. I think he does a Tuesday, Friday thing. So are you
Tuesday and Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, Friday, no. Because Friday I got business meetings all day here in Bangkok. But next Tuesday, I could come down for like the first couple of days. In fact, I may because we're looking at that other option.
Okay.
95.
Well, you know what, Ryan?
Maybe.
I would love to bring Mike along, and he's a funny interviewer, so you'll have a good time with that. So pick a great place, and we'll let you know ahead of time.
Well, he's already been to Peaky, right? So he wouldn't want to go there to do another eat out.
I think he'll have something special.
He wouldn't want to eat out Peaky.
Yeah, Peaky. You know what? They're very popular. So I love this. Change my name to what?
We got our marks confused. I feel so bad. Crocodile Mark.
Yeah, so here it is. We got our marks confused. I know all of you guys can't see the comments, so we're trying to put them up.
That's just, I feel so bad now.
Nah, don't feel too bad.
I feel like I should eat
you
out
know
all
what?
the pate.
Mark has been hanging out with our 21-year-old because
Okay.
I've been up here in Bangkok. And Mark, I would like to know, what are you doing with this guy? Because I haven't heard at all from Nick, hardly at all. He's been freaking quiet. I don't even know if he's on the show right now. Is he asleep? I have no idea.
I'm actually very curious why anyone who's in Pattaya
21 years old
and who's single, their desire is to hang out with a 21-year-old male. I mean, no judgment whatsoever.
Lots of judgment. Mark is a cool dude. I
But-
got to hang out with him.
Oh, I'm sure Mark's really cool.
We went to the windmill.
But I
This
mean,
dude's actually pretty
Nick's-
cool, man. We went to the windmill.
So here's the bar,
And you know
guys.
what? We're not drinking, guys. It's funny.
Here's the determination for Robbie. Are you either cool or not cool? Meaning, will you go to the windmill or will you not? So
And
clearly,
will you have a beer or will you not? Because Mark and I
am
think we're just having
not
soda pop at this time. We're just having,
at the wind. Yeah,
we're having
Well, you
120 baht Coke
yeah,
Zeros.
No, I know.
And
That's
Nick
kinda
is
funny,
having
right?
beer. And it's this classic seeing this 21-year-old just his eyes open up like, oh my gosh, this was possible.
He's actually pretty mellow.
Oh, very mellow.
I can't even
Very
imagine at 21 years old.
You know
I would
what?
have been, oh my god, out of control.
And you guys are going to meet him again next week. But, so we're hanging out at the windmill, and we're just hanging out, and he's making friends. I'm like, hey, Nick, I'm going to run downstairs to the bathroom. And run downstairs. Of course, I stay a little longer than
You took a bath?
the bathroom.
Way to
So I had to find the
commit.
bathroom first. And anyway, so I go back up, and there's Nick rapping out with a bunch of dudes. I don't know if they're Russian guys or American guys. And he's like, these guys are pretty cool. I'm like, all right, but are you looking to the
there's
right when there's girls
here,
there?
right? Yeah. What's
So-
up with this sausage fest? Like, why are you guys? That's what what I've never understood, even in the U.S. back here. It's like, oh, dude, we're gonna have a guys' night out. I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do that for?
That's what the Tuesday lunch group is. Or
Yeah.
lunch
See,
bunch.
I don't have a whole lot of
That lunch bunch. I got it
there's,
right.
There's no ROI for me on that.
Ryan, that is correct, right? It's called the lunch bunch. So here we go. Here's what Mark says.
Guys?
Nick and I,
Okay.
here we go. I got to read this. Nick and I are having a great time. Spent all day with him yesterday. Well, I mean, I've been hanging out with Nick quite a bit. You're kind of taking away my friend. I'm crying,
I'm
lots
just
of
kidding.
tears.
I just find it, but I seriously, I have never understood
miss
that.
you, Nick.
I've never understood that in the United States. Guys would be like, oh, dude, we're gonna have a guys' night out. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, I do that with a group of guys on Thursday. I hang out with these guys and we go have dinner, but it's not like at a bar where there's girls dancing
Why not?
above me. And
Why not?
do they exist in America?
No.
Do you understand I'm like 50? Do you know what I get?
So here's what's interesting about that is I get how guys say that, I don't. I mean, it's funny, and I can't. I got to date someone my age, kind of thing. I mean, the last girlfriend I had in the United States, she was like 33, 34, and she was a model. She was a booth babe, basically.
A booth babe.
So they don't call them that, of course. They call them, atmosphere models, or they call them spokeswomen or something like that. But I met her at an IT conference, and she was like, "Hey, come see the new HP Blade servers," or whatever.
Nice.
And so I mean, and she was very attractive. So I don't get that because and I am not a fucking Adonis. Okay, so it's kind of like, I mean, I get it. So there's some degree of personality. I get that from a lot of. They don't walk up to me because they're like, "Oh my god, you look so great in that suit." They're like, "Dude, you're fucking hilarious." And then of course they just rip their clothes off, and then we start eating out pattaya.
I'm thinking at 50 years old, if I'm over there in the States compared to Thailand.
Yes.
And I've had Tinder in the States. I had Tinder in Thailand. And I was in the States, and I'm with my buddies, my friend Brian, who we both went to Thailand together. And we're on the Tinder, and I said, Brian, look what I get. And I'm swiping to the rights and left, and I'm like, look at these. And what, guys, I mean, yeah, we can all be picky in our own way, but we're talking women that look like they're 60, 70 years old. And
again, that's what Tinder is.
It's not like I look great myself. I'm a normal guy. Where can I find the normal girls? And then I'm in Thailand, and I'm swiping it, and we're not talking young girls. They just look young. Well,
They
you can
look
get
young.
young if
That's
you
true,
want,
they
but they look younger. I mean, Kitty is 41, going to be 42 coming up here, and I'm 52 years old, so I'm 10 years older than her, so it's not like that big of a delta, right, or a difference. And she's gorgeous compared to the girls that I can meet.
Okay, so that is absolutely true. Like, I'm
It's
on the
insane.
escalator just over here, the other, and I'm like
Insane.
walking down, girl in front of me, very attractive, and I'm like,
Super
this
attractive.
girl is like a 4 here.
Yeah, but a 10 in
Because
the California.
Basically, yes. Well, again, an 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
An 8.
Well. I mean, you understand what I mean. I know a lot of you guys who come here. You guys want the girls. You want to meet them, all that cool stuff. And then I get asked. I get asked often is, how do I meet? How do I get a Thai girlfriend? And a lot of them go to bars, and I said, well, bars probably aren't your best choice. I mean, you're gonna find some hot girls at a bar, but you're going to get high body counts, obviously. There's a reason why they're working there. They're there to make money and get paid. Kitty is not a bar girl.
No.
Gracie, not a bar girl.
No.
You met Gracie in the Philippines or whatnot. But you did meet some nice girls, not ladyboys, but ladyboys if that's your thing. But the thing is, they're not all street workers. They're not all prostitutes. You can meet an awesome Thai girlfriend on Tinder.
So I will... Okay, I wasn't, I guess, of the... Tinder was just slowly becoming popular in Thailand when I was over here. I would use Badoo. You ever heard of that? I don't know if that's even used
Badoo, is
anymore.
that an app?
It's a dating app, yeah. And
So I know there's Thai-friendly...
So that was
a big one. That one...
Date,
yeah, go ahead.
DIA, Date in Asia. That was another one. That was more popular in the Philippines, I guess. But yeah, Thai-friendly. But Badoo was... And that's how I met Gracie. And here's what's crazy, right? And so kind of like you're on friggin' Tinder trying to find someone to like meet to speak English with you, to basically speak Thai with you.
Yeah,
so
and
you're
we're going to
doing
get to that for sure.
And I'm on Badoo, and this one pops up, and her title was Lady in Red. And it's Gracie sitting on this like chaise lounge on the beach in Boracay, and her hair is so friggin' long, it's like going down to her body, all the way down to the sand.
She looks Thai, though, doesn't she?
Well,
I still haven't met her yet, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So, but what's crazy is like I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't think she looks Thai. I think she looks Filipino. But what's weird is that she and I met on this app, and she says to me several times, because I was like, well, why did you respond? And she goes, well, because you actually like a lot of guys just send you, hi, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Yeah. And I think what I wrote to her is, hey, how's it going? What's the most amazing thing that's happened to you in the last 9 days? And she's like, what? And so she responded, and so we just like the banter, because she's like, I'm not answering these guys. Hi, it's bullshit, right? Yeah. But what's crazy is, so you and I met like infamous good girls, right? Like on a dating app, where arguably the high percentage of the people that are on there, women that are on there, are probably at least, they're not necessarily freelancers, hookers, that sort of thing, but they're probably looking to exchange their time for some money. Wouldn't you say that? At least
I don't know
half?
Because at least half. Well, in the States, it's the same darn thing.
It's a hookup.
It's a hookup site.
It's a hookup app.
But here in Thailand, I don't see Tinder as a hookup at all. Now you can't. No, I do not.
I don't even know.
There's the Thai Friendly or Thai Cupid, whatever one. Now that one. That one definitely was a hookup. It was more than a hookup. It was a freelancer. So girls working for money, because the first comments I would get is ST.
Oh, right. Yeah,
ST 800 bot,
mark,
LT 2000 bot. And I'm like, and I would always ask guys, I'd play kind of dumb on this. What is ST?
Sexually transmitted.
I don't know. So it would be.
Oh, and you seriously didn't know back then?
No, I knew. Okay. I was giving them kind of a little bit of grief going, this is not why I'm here. It's actually more irritated at that point and having just fun with the app. And anyways, but on the Tinder, I mean, my first comment to Kitty was, happy birthday. Because I saw it was her birthday. The day I logged in and saw her, I'm like, oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
I mean, there she was in her yellow Esprit work uniform.
Right, because
she wasn't doing anything. Yeah, she wasn't doing anything extraordinary. I view the pictures. Great smile. You've seen the smile. You guys hopefully have seen the smile. Beautiful smile.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just put, happy birthday. Mm-hmm. And then I don't remember what she commented, and probably just thank you or kampuka or whatever it is. And then I pretty much say, hey, you teach me Thai, I teach you English. Is that a deal?
And hopefully she responded and said, okay, that's not a complete English sentence. You don't have the ability to teach me English.
Right, I don't. But you know what? I was really trying, guys, because I wanted to have a conversation with somebody, and I really wanted to find the Thai girl that could speak English. And matter of fact, Kitty would tell me that she would communicate with Falang or Westerners, and they would talk to her 1 or 2 or 3 times, and they would kind of ghost her because she couldn't speak English. And they would tell her, well, you don't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is you can meet a pretty awesome Thai girlfriend. You can just pop on Tinder. And, and I did do a paid account. It was like $20 a month or something like that.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
You're committed.
Yeah, just do a month, guys, because you will be, you will meet people here. If you are here to meet, and it doesn't matter your age, just get on there. And now, guys, you're on Tinder. I don't encourage you to meet someone 20 years younger than you. It's not that you can't. It's not that won't find a hot-looking or a good-looking or a cool-looking or a cool. And it's not only looks; it's inside too, right? It's, I'm not suggesting go there for the hookup with a young girl or something.
But talk to me. I mean, again, 20 years younger than us is not young.
Not in
That's
Thailand.
A girl in her 30s.
But it's been my experience. So my ex-wife being at about 13 14 years younger than me.
Comparing a relationship in the United States to one here is
exactly.
Completely.
You can't.
But when you're saying
you really
can't. But is it still your belief that you should not 20? Because I mean, Gracie is basically 20 years younger than I am.
I've never.
I don't.
I don't know. That's a great point.
Do you pay attention to age? Over
not
here,
really.
That's my point. Is I don't really think you do over here. You just talk to somebody and they can be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in college." Like, okay, whatever.
Well, and the conversation definitely is different here. I mean, that's Kitty and I's biggest difference, right? Or biggest disagreement, or whatever. It's tough to communicate at times. Our biggest challenge. Great way of saying that. Yeah. Our greatest challenge is really communicating with one another when details come into play. So Nick and I were going to bars, right? So. And Nick being 21, I had 3 goals I wanted to show Nick. One was I wanted to take him to a bar-girl bar on the 6, which is called Soy 6. I wanted to take him to a walking street go-go.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one was a gentleman's club, which we're waiting to go to. We're waiting for the you guys, if you have one here in Pattaya, please recommend a nice one. I want to take him to one. We haven't done the gentleman's club yet.
Well, I mean,
but I came back from the Soy 6 actually kind of early. It was 12 o'clock at night, and Kitty thought, "Man, you're drinking, you're out partying, you love bars," and I'm like, "I like bars, but I really don't drink." And then the next time I went out, which is about 4 or 5 days later, I went out to Walking Street. Nick and I went out to Walking Street, and we went with Mark. And thanks, Mark, for tagging along because you kept it very entertaining. And we went to, again, the Windmill, crazy freaking bar. And if Kitty really wants to know what the Windmill is, please do not ask me. And then we went over to...
It's a go-go bar. Yeah. It's just that it's, over the top.
Over the top. And then we went to the Fahrenheit Club, and that was cool. And but the difference is it's hard for me to explain what I'm doing with Nick. What's a 52-year-old guy doing with a 21-year-old? I mean, should we ask Mark that?
No, I mean, you don't just say to her, "I'm going there," and we look at girls, naked girls, basically, and I have a Diet Coke.
I think some of the cultural differences and jealousy or whatnot, it's part of. It's just part of, and I get it. I get where she's coming from, but having that conversation was difficult. Okay,
well, if she was like, "Hey, I'm going to go hang out with my girlfriends, and we're going to go to a bar, and there's going to be naked guys all over the place,"
that would be weird, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I mean, would you care?
I don't know. I don't know if I would care so much. Maybe I would if I was in the States. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. That's a great question.
Because here it's interesting, right?
Mike's so they have giving me counseling appointments. And
no. I mean, because it's a good. I mean, and that's actually one of the things that I think about. It's like, okay, so what I'm doing right now, would I be okay if Gracie was doing this? And a lot of times the answer to that is based on how much I love, respect, trust, know her, and know that her, behavior is exactly what she sends me pictures and tells me that she's going to drink a beer before she takes the first sip. She takes a picture of it. She says where she is, and she's all this. Additionally, she'll even send me messages sometimes. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do this with Robbie," or for example, whatever. Yeah. And she'll respond and say, "Okay, well, I trust you." And I'm like, "Okay, well," and in my mind, I'm like, "Well, of course. Like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Cheat on my wife? Jesus Christ! Why did I bother getting married?" And that's the thing, too. People are like, "Oh, my God, you've never been married before." I'm like, no, because it's fucking stupid in the United States.
Yeah, there's no upside to it.
No, and over here, so I'm just like, by the time I got married, I was like, I mean, I was married, as far as I'm concerned, to Gracie long before we got the friggin' paperwork. I mean, she had credit card, and we had basically joint account, if you will. And I was like, if I die tomorrow, you get freaking everything. I'm just like, totally. Dude, what is... So my point is that I really don't understand why I mean, look, I like looking at girls. I also like looking at a really bitchin' Vespa. And so, I mean, if something like looks awesome, I'm like, I like having crazy ass shirts. 17 watching. Thank you, guys.
I love that shirt, by the way, Mike's. Hey, you know what? Let's segue. I'm going to give you the chance to segue into this real quick.
Oh,
so
nice work. Yeah, so the Spot.fm, guys, if you want to listen to some kick-ass dance music, please listen to the Spot.fm. It's our absolutely amazing new channel. It's got a great logo. The morning show that we are doing, is The Big Mattress. You can go to chat. I'll teach you how to fish. Go to chat. And then, first of all, we got to thank him. But basically, click on the current chat that is live, and then or you can do that. But oh my God, no! You got to click on Joe twice.
I'll get there.
So the Big Mattress is our morning show, and it's going to be happening regularly. We've decided Saturdays 8 a.m. We're going to expand it and have it happen another couple times during the week.
Yeah, coming up, guys.
BKK.fm. If you guys like really awesome rock music, that's totally available to you. But more importantly, YouTube.com/@the-spot Thailand. We really want to crank the subs up. We want to get over 1,000.
Yeah.
So that way we're going to be able to have
we want that
community tab. And then we got to do 4,000 hours. So we're going to do an absolute marathon live stream. But Joe, thank you
Joe.
So much, Joe.
Joe. This is
for
a
the
double
$5.
skadoosh.
I think what he does is he goes to each of our channels.
Yeah, I appreciate
and
that.
he gives
double.
Boom.
And
dude.
one more.
Skadoosh.
There we go.
Speaking of skadoosh, it's been a few weeks now, and Christy is not pulling the money out of her panties.
Christy did send out $5 last week.
Does she keep money in her bra? Is that where she stores? Oh no, that's where she stores her cigarettes. She puts them, shoves them in the top here. But so. Yeah, so I think the age thing, again, it's a lot different. You got to come over here and you got to experience it. Much like you got to come over here and you got to form your own opinion of prostitution, quite frankly. It is significantly different than in the United States. It's not, I mean, you can always find someone slamming dope in a back alley who's a whore. But over here, it is so friggin' rare. I would say that prostitution over here, any negative sort of stigma with it, is synonymous with the super low density of homelessness over here. You rarely see a homeless person on the side of the road in the city here.
Very rare.
Certainly compared to friggin' San Francisco, Los Angeles.
Gosh.
I mean, it's a friggin' joke.
Homeless capital of the world.
It's crazy, right? It's the most expensive city that smells like pee. And over here, it's so rare, but it's also rare to find some back alley hooker with no friggin' teeth.
Yeah,
you find some girl on the side of the street, standing in front of the Westin on her $1,100 phone, who basically wants to hang out with you for $40.
Just pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even $40. I mean, you know what's crazy is I met this girl at a bar on the Soy 6 on the corner there.
Why do you call it the Soy 6? Do you also call it
the 6?
The Google?
It's called the 6.
The Facebook?
There you go. So I'm hanging out there, and I'm actually having a beer. This is 2019, and this girl comes up, very attractive, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be solicited. And she doesn't. All she does is pull up a Connect 4.
I love
she orders
that.
her own beer, pays for her own beer.
Nice.
I wouldn't let her pay for the ones afterwards. And we play Connect
4
for hours. And, of course, she asked me, do I smoke? And I'm like, no. And she pulls out her own cigarettes. So that was it right there. But it was still cool to hang out with her. That was still cool to hang out with her and do that. So, yeah, thanks, Mark, for this comment. If a girl asks if age matters, it doesn't. It matters as a stigma in the Western society. You know what? I do somewhat agree. The biggest delta, as Mike would say, or difference for me would be, I guess the communication is okay.
That would be the
at 20
difficulty?
years. Yeah, at 20 years, I'm thinking, man, that could be my daughter.
I mean,
come on, here we go. Kit Kat Club. Hey, Kitty, you want to go to the Kit Kat Club?
Kit Kat Club.
There you go. Hey, good morning, Paul. Thanks for joining us this morning.
How about this guy? Hey, Paul, good to see you. How about this, guys? I believe that I agree with the statement. It doesn't really matter to a Thai woman, in the sense that if you're older than her. Most Asian women I've met do not want to be with a guy younger than them.
That is definitely true.
Especially in the Philippines. I mean, cheating happens everywhere in the world, but I would submit that in the Philippines, the default is the last thing I want to do is be with a guy younger than me because he's not done sowing his oats kind of thing.
Good morning, Ronald. Ronald, I love this comment from Ronald. He says, yes, it's their way of exchanging time for money.
Sure.
So I 100% agree with that, because money you got to have money to survive. And Thai people are friendly in general. If you want to hang out with a Thai guy, I bet if you pay him $40 or whatever that is, a couple of thousand baht, they'll hang out with you.
No, but
you don't
again,
have to have sex with the guy.
Well, I mean, it's up to you.
It's up to you. I mean,
I paid. What did I pay that guy? 400 baht,
I
right?
don't
And he
know.
like drove around and like asked questions about.
I
where we could
mean,
rent.
we could always just have fun and hang out with our friends.
Do you even remember her name by now?
Dude,
I've
don't
told
even know
you
her name.
like
All I know is
100
she
times.
has huge claws and great teeth.
Ratanya.
Ratanya.
Yeah, she's rad. She's totally cool.
But yeah,
I haven't
definitely
seen her in forever.
Definitely, it's an exchange for time and money. It's not only about. It's not about sex. I mean, for some guys, and by the way, for the guys that are, this is great, guys.
Yeah.
For the guys that it is about sex, we might call them mongers.
So
Let's hear what's the definition
what's
of that
the definition,
word?
Mara?
Yeah,
I would
what's
submit,
a monger?
I would submit that the definition is basically kind of synonymous with a sex pat, meaning that they come over here and it's just for that. But it's also, I think, an overarching, significantly negative connotation of the fact that, like these guys are the ones that they, like, lie to these girls. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give you money. Or, yeah, I'm going to, and it's, like, one after, which is, I'm like, what's the point, dude? Like, why are you bothering to lie to, they don't freaking care.
They don't
like,
care.
why are you giving them this bullshit story? Oh, yeah, I'm going to come back. Like, that's the classic one, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to come back with my
See you
friends.
tomorrow.
Or I'll see you tomorrow, you know?
You might as well
And
just go to the six.
it's like, why do you call it that? I don't get it.
Because I've heard it said.
Have
several-
you?
Oh, yeah. Lots of YouTube channels have it. Called the six.
That's crazy.
Guys, it's called the six.
I've never heard
That
it
is
called
soy
that.
six and patia. So
That's so crazy.
you know what's crazy when you talk about this monger and sex pat? So
What
and
do
the
you
girls,
think is the definition?
monger? That's what I was going to get to. I think it's the guy who stands outside of 7-Eleven with his tank top and his shorts, smoking a cigarette, looking for the best deal possible. I know some people call them cheap Charlies.
Yeah, no, that okay. That's a
And
good point. Yeah.
they're kind of just checking out every female that walks by. And you guys,
Yeah.
you will see that, and it's
so tacky.
so comical.
Oh
and you know
my
what's great?
God, these guys.
Okay, check this
no
out.
class.
I'm with Nick.
Okay.
And we're going to, I don't know what bar we're at, and we're just hanging out. He looks at me and he goes, man, I love Thailand. I'm like, what? He goes, look at these two dudes over here. And there's these old guys with tank tops.
In front of 7-Eleven.
Yeah, just checking out girls. And it was just really cool. I really appreciate that for sure. It's a lot of fun.
You know what?
I love it.
The main reason I love that is because it makes me look like a freaking prince. Because these guys, they're so gross.
Have they seen you?
They-
You guys, take a look at this guy right now. What a prince. Who wears a shirt like that and gets away with it? Because I can't.
Prince.
First of all, I can't fit into that shirt.
I-
All right, here we go. 56 and wife is 36. Wow, how long you been married for, Mark? I would like to know that.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool. There's Kitty with some smiles. Smile back at you, Kitty. Here we go. Let's go on to this next one. Air Force, CIA. What the heck? 2-week millionaire.
That's how Mark lies
Absolutely.
regularly, apparently, when he's mongering.
I don't think they give a shit. They don't care if they're CIA.
Here's what I invite you guys to do, especially if you're watching this. There's a high likelihood you've already been over here. You've been through all this nonsense or whatever, right? But tell your buddies this who've never been over here. It's so great, especially if you're going to be with them and watch this happen. Say, okay, so what you do is you go into a bar and you tell the girls, especially if this is true, I'm here for the first time. Oh my God.
You know,
that is so hilarious because
and you're wearing a dirty shirt that says "I love Thailand."
Yeah,
2019.
Or socks and Birkenstocks or something.
Yeah, those are backpackers.
So I heard a guy. Oh my God, he said I was on LK. And I'm walking down
Metro. Soy Bacau.
And this guy, but he's yelling, right? Talking to his buddy or talking to somebody like that, right in front of the door, where like the doormen sit and the like come on girls like are sitting there right in front of this go-go bar in LK. And he goes, yeah, so it's like my first night here. Like, what do you think I should do kind of thing? And I'm like, did you seriously just make that up? That's friggin' hilarious. But do that because the response from the girls is very, very entertaining.
I love it. I love it.
Because they're just like, oh, we're going to melt this friggin' guy. I was like, what should you do? Well, I tell you what, go in and ring the bell.
And I think you should ring it twice, buddy.
Totally ring it. Just keep
lay on
ringing
that
the
thing.
shit out of it. And then
lay on that thing. You guys, make sure you stay tuned towards the end to hear the pro tip. Mark is on right now, and we're going to be talking about that towards the end of the show. We got plenty of more things to talk about for sure. And, Robbie, take him to Kit Kat. So that's twice I've heard that. So Kit
Soy
Kat.
6, right?
I've never heard of Kit Kat. Is it on Soy 6?
What I'm thinking of, unfortunately, is the logo, the sign for Pussy Club. And I'm trying to remember.
I just love the name.
That was his first bar, by the way, Brian's.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah, it used to be called Wait, what? Oh, well, first of all, thank you for the bot, Rocker. Because he's like he's in. Thank you so much, dude. Kapu Maka. Appreciate that.
There we go.
200 baht.
Hey, that's
freaking spectacular.
That's 2 smoothies, by the way.
More than that, dude. The smoothies you bought yesterday are 30 baht each.
I didn't buy one yesterday. Kitty bought one. I
I
was smoothied out.
Did she get banana or
no, I
coconut?
get the banana. She doesn't care for the nuts. She likes the avocado.
She doesn't care for the nut?
No.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come up with a list of Robbifications.
Ooh, I like that.
So there's
Robbie the Butcher.
Ladyboy. Well, Robbie the Butcher is his title. So it's going to be basically Robbie the Butcher.
Do we have the sound bite on? We probably don't have it handy.
So I can probably find it. So there is Ladyboy Alley. There is the Six.
Soy Dog Alley. Boom.
Soy Dog Alley.
That's
where
becoming one. I love it. Thank you guys for keep calling it Soy Dog Alley.
And then what's the other one? What are some of the other ones that you say?
The Six, Ladyboy Alley, Soy Dog Alley, Soy Pothole, someone else pegged.
Huh.
I don't know.
But there's some Robbifications
do you know
that are
what's
just
cool?
I do.
It's Soy Dog Alley. I love to take credit for this, but I heard someone talking about it in our condo.
Okay.
And they call it Soy Dog Alley.
Right. Well, I mean,
I like to take credit for that.
Okay. Good for you.
I got to tag that Soy Dog Alley. I love it.
That's hilarious.
I love my Soy Dog Alley. So
all right. First of all, I got to make sure that we're going to be able to hear this because this mixer is a bit weird.
So we're looking for. We're going to play a little ditty here for you in just 1 second.
Okay,
here.
so
Let's
what we're going to do is you and I are not going to be able to hear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that everybody else can.
Oh.
Okay. So if we can hear it, that means they can't. So now we're going to do this. Now you guys are going to be able to hear this.
Robbie the Butcher on the spot.
Robbie the Butcher, ladies and gentlemen. Up top.
There it is.
Robbie the Butcher.
Boom. I hope you guys really enjoyed that.
I like Ladyboy. I don't think I've ever heard Ladyboy Alley. And I mean, that's exactly what 6-1 is, right? But it's just like
that is it. That is it. So here we go. Are you here so much?
Yeah,
in the bars.
Well,
yeah, I agree
come
with
on.
that.
You mean you hear guys like making all these plans back in the United States, right, in bars. They never follow through. It's right. Yeah. Chatting to a girl at a bar, she says that her first night, but speaks better English than you.
I love it.
So actually, that happened to me in Phuket. One of the first nights I was in Phuket. It was literally. It was. She's
probably Filipino.
I am absolutely. No, she was Thai actually, but she was definitely her first night. Oh,
Dude.
You mean in his case? Yeah, she probably was.
Might have been Filipino. I don't know.
But it was her first night. It was hilarious.
So let's take a look here. Soy Pothole. Yep, that wasn't me who named it. Sorry, that one was named much long time.
Is it the same one as Chayapun, where Lolita's is?
Soy Short Time. Have you heard of that?
No.
No,
And that's like
just put that on
9 soys.
Yeah,
like,
or more.
Which one, you know?
Yeah, which one are you referring to?
Oh, you know where you need to take Nick? Is friggin' Soapy.
I did. Oh, we did do a Soapy. That was the other place. So we did do a Soapy. Yeah, we did Soy Honey. Or not Soy Honey. We did Soy Honey. We walked out.
Honey 2.
And then we went to Honey 2. And wow, you guys, if you haven't experienced a Soapy, there it is, Sophie. If you haven't experienced Sophie, no, it's a Soapy. I think it's on like Soy 2 at the very end by Second Road.
Yeah.
I highly recommend, if you haven't done it, just experience it one time. Now, I experienced the waiting room. And Nick,
You've actually never done it.
I've never done. I've done a Nuru, which I love, and the Soapy didn't. I just wasn't feeling. Plus, I have Kitty, right?
Well,
so,
no, now I get that.
I'm sitting in there and in the waiting area, and there's probably 100 girls sitting kind of on this stage with lights on them, and they're all in their sexy dresses. And
you know what they call that? They call it the fishbowl. Have you heard that before?
The fishbowl. Well, I do now.
Traditionally, they used to have glass there, believe it or not. So it literally did look like a fishbowl.
Well, yeah. So you're sitting there, and all these girls have different colors with numbers, and then they're rated based on the color and the number, and that's how much you pay to have this girl do a massage with you, and then whatever else. And so we're there, and of course we're there about 15, 20 minutes, and then Nick, we find one. I was like, wow, she's pretty smoking hot. Hopefully it's not a ladyboy. And I asked the guy, and he goes, no, it's illegal to have ladyboys here, so do not be afraid. And then he did say that. And it's just because a Soapy's a Soapy. I don't know the whole thing. Anyway, so he went with this girl, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to wait here an hour and a half. And I'm texting Kitty, and she's like, okay, well, you can leave, right? And I'm getting ready to leave. Mm-hmm. And I'm chatting with the manager or the mama-san or whatever you want to call the guy or girl. And we're just chatting. And I said, yeah, I'm waiting for my buddy to come out. And about, I don't know, not even a half hour into this, he comes strolling on down,
Nick.
hobbling on down.
Nick.
Yeah. Comes hobbling down with a grin on his face. And I go, dude, what happened? Should be an hour and a half.
30 minutes.
About 30 minutes.
Efficient.
Very efficient.
Wow.
He said he had a great time. I mean, the girl was smoking hot.
Sure, yeah, I mean.
It was crazy. She, wise him, does a little bow, the whole thing, and then goes back up to the fishbowl or the stage.
Yeah, fixes her makeup.
She sits down for like 2 seconds, and she was called to another guy right
Oh,
up there.
yeah,
and all these
that's
other girls are sitting up there the whole time I'm there, and I'm like, oh, man.
It's
She's
like
a popular choice.
competition, yeah, for sure.
Well, and lastly, as we are walking out, a busload. And we're talking 20, 30. Nick says 30. I said it was like, man, 20. I don't know. Nick, there was a lot of them of Indian guys come in. So it was pretty crazy. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So what is a soapy? Dude, hit that.
He knows that.
He knows where it is. So chill. Come on, Joe. You're coming here in March, right?
Most of them closed
They
on
did.
Second Road.
That's right.
I think honey, the
soy
Sabai
honey.
Sabai time down the street. Is it
Yeah.
Sabai or Sabai time? I can't remember.
I don't even know. What's this right here? Soy Japan.
Soy Yamato or oh yeah. So Soy Yamato, I've heard that before. Big time.
Is that where I did my
13-1.
immigration?
I don't
If
know.
Brian's still on, he'd be able to tell us what soy that was on.
13-1 is it the same as Soy Post Office?
If it's soy post office,
That's
then
where you got your
that's where I
immigration
do my
done. I
immigration
think yours is
stuff.
13-2 or 13-3. I can't remember. 13-1, I think, is the one right next to the McDonald's. Can't remember.
Yeah,
But
I don't-
no, I've heard. I completely forgot about that, Ronald. Good point. Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely forgot about Soy Japan.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, guys, is I'm sitting here in Thailand, and I'm seeing all these Russian people come in. I'm like, what the heck? It is totally
Well,
crazy.
especially in Jomtien. My
Totally
God.
crazy.
I mean, that's where they bought a ton of real estate years ago, and then
Yeah.
their ruble crashed, and they all basically ended up they didn't all. Many of them ended up just like basically forfeiting it or not paying, and then they came back. Now, I mean, I can't imagine. I just can't blame them.
Well, I got to tell you what, I was very surprised. So when I was here, I don't know, a couple months ago before I came back, and there were no Russians. At least I didn't see anything. And now I'm staying at the Riviera in Jomtien, and we're like, okay, it's busy, but there isn't any.
Oh, the beginning of this year, you mean?
We're talking September.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not that
When I
long
was
ago.
here- No, not that long ago. And we're like, okay, this is cool. I didn't think anything of it. I come this trip,
Oh, yeah.
beginning of
It's-
November.
Yeah.
And my complex is flooded with people bringing bags. These are all, pale skin white guys and girls, mostly guys. Nothing wrong with the guys, I guess. But, man, the Russians are back. So why do you think they're back, Mike?
Because their country sucks.
Because our country
They
sucks.
can't wait to get the hell
Sorry.
out. Now at least they can grab some of their money. And it's funny, too, because like less and less and less and less you would see people standing in line in front of these money exchange places because they're like, screw it. I've got Wise. I've got an app. I've got... But now, oh, my God,
Dude.
the line is like 10 people deep because you can't exchange that money online.
Yeah, that's what she said. 10 people deep. Yeah.
10 people deep? Is that what she said to you? Wow. The age might make a difference then.
Age definitely makes a
that
difference.
could be...
But it was definitely crazy when, Kitty and I are in the elevator, and it's just these guys, they're very pushy. I was like, what the heck?
It's
Just, they're young. These aren't guys in their 50s. These are guys like 20,
No, they're like, I gotta get
30-year-olds.
the hell
I
out
was
now.
just shocked
Yeah.
how many are staying at the Riviera Jomtien. Not that I'm tagging it out, but I am. They're packing that place. And
And they're obnoxious.
they're very obnoxious, and it is one of the reasons why I am leaving the Riviera.
The only
Bottom
thing
line
the
is one of the
Russians have
reasons.
going for them is when the Chinese come over, the Chinese are even bigger assholes. So that makes the Russians
prefer the Chinese,
look.
dude.
Okay. So here's the thing. I've said this before, and I think this is the deal. Obviously, I'm going to judge everybody, and if you guys don't judge people, then you're just basically not
Lying.
honest with yourself.
Yeah.
But the point is that overall, it's not that I dislike the Indians or I dislike the Russians or whatever. I dislike people that behave inappropriately.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
So,
I
because
agree.
I know a hell of a lot of amazing Indian guys that are incredibly well educated,
Yeah.
that are adding massive value, that are quiet, that are not, they don't smell, they actually understand like personal hygiene, and
Yeah.
they're not pushy and they don't cut in front of you in line. Now the problem is that again they're 1 in a billion, right? So therefore, like the majority of them that are like lower class and not necessarily less educated, because you can be very well educated and could still be a complete douchebag. But the Russians that come over here, and less so much the ones that go to Jomtien, because the ones that go to Jomtien that are in your condo and stuff,
they're young.
They're young. They're a little bit more educated and stuff, but they're still jerks. They're complete assholes.
And they got money because
no
these guys
social graces.
They're dressed up with no social graces. And Kitty is like, what? I mean, she's like,
they're offensive.
She was very. I was offended for her. These guys are like. Literally, there's no politeness.
Do you use this phrase for people like that? Because you were saying that new money. You ever use that phrase?
No, I guess I haven't.
I grew up basically knowing that, because where I grew up, it's an older area, right? And so therefore, I mean, it's where the country started, New England.
Yeah.
And so there's obviously a ton of old money there, and there's plenty of people that are wildly successful now that have gotten their money lately, and they are new money too. But the new money label is basically one that you put on people that have this amount of financial wealth but have no social competence. They have no social graces. They have no sort of ability. They have no finesse.
I think they found that their country is such a shithole right now, and they took what money they could, or what exchange and whatever they could, and they left. And you could literally live at the Riviera or Jomtien like me. However, I had a 1-year lease. You pretty much could stay there at a fraction of the cost, I would think. I don't know what Russia costs to stay there. I have no idea.
Well, again, there's massive inflation, right?
Massive inflation, but it's either that or go to war and die for something you don't believe in. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously some of that. I haven't paid attention to it in a long time. I assume the war is still going on. I honestly don't even know. People are like, oh, yeah, well, it's affecting the price. It hasn't affected my life at all.
Yeah. So speaking of the Russians back, because I started seeing him, I told Nick, hey, let's go to this club on Walking Street.
Oh, Christ. You took him to Moulin Rouge?
No, Moulin Rouge was closed still. But right next to Moulin Rouge, there's another one. Like almost the same building. But you still have to walk upstairs.
Still upstairs?
Still upstairs. And I walk up, and I don't know the name. If you guys know the name of the one Russian club still on Walking Street, definitely throw it in the inbox there. And
street level?
No. Well, you walk in street level, and then you go upstairs, or you go up an elevator. Okay. So it is right next to the Moulin Rouge. Maybe it's the old Moulin Rouge. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
It's called something different. Okay. And there wasn't a girl dancing in the windows or anything like that. So I walk up, very, very nice club. Nick and I are going, wow, okay, this is nice. And there's a pole dancer, and she's not naked or anything like that. But
How
she's
dare she?
Very, very attractive, tall, blonde girl, just knows how to work the pole. And we're like, this is cool. This is entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah, so okay, then we
sit
down.
She was actually dancing.
Yeah.
She was just like wiggling on stage.
Nope,
That's kind of
dancing.
Annoying.
She was actually...
Did she do a 90?
Yes.
Really?
She did the split 90. Oh, you guys know what a split 90 is?
That is...
Upside down with
difficult.
The splits.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Got to be strong.
And her back on the pole.
Body
and
strength.
It's like
Yeah,
amazing.
that's
Anyways,
good for her.
Very strong. So we're sitting there, and of course the waitress comes over, and or whatever that you want to call it, and says, what do you want to drink? And of course I order my... Coke Zero. Oh, actually, I ordered water. I take that back. I ordered water because that water was 110 baht. And Nick orders his drink.
Fiji?
He orders his beer, and it was a 300 baht beer.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and ordered a mixed drink that had nothing in it, and it was 320 baht. It was 20 baht more for
between
the mix,
a beer,
and it was actually good. Yeah, it was really good.
That's why.
I'm like, okay, and this place is high end. It's very nice. The decor is nice. The seating's nice, and there's a dude right in the middle by the pole who takes out this wad of 100 bahts and just does the money flip with his hand.
Make it rain.
Make it rain, and he's just and it's fun. It's very entertaining. I'm actually having a good time, and this girl comes over. Right? After she's done pole dance. She comes over to me, and I look at her and I say, no, my friend, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, I say, my Al. She had no idea what I was talking about. At least she pretended like she didn't. She goes, I point over to Nick. She goes over to Nick, because he's the 21-year-old, right? Nick puts $100 in her G-string.
100?
No, not $100.
Okay,
Sorry, 100 baht in her G-string.
There's $3.
As she's on his knee, and then she looks at me and goes, do you want a lap dance? I go, no, him. She gets up and then walks away. And Nick's like, what the fuck just happened?
Because he gave her 100 baht.
Because he gave her 100 baht means go away. I don't know.
Well, no,
it was pretty crazy.
If you're in a place like that, he's cheap.
Yeah, well, and Nick's like, forget this place. We ended up leaving, and then we go to the Fahrenheit, which we had a blast.
So, to be fair, you then have been to a gentleman's club. That's absolutely a gentleman's club.
Oh, is that a gentleman's club?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a Delta. The go-go bars are the ones that have the multiple girls on stage. Like, what's that one? Sluts?
Yeah,
right?
that was fun.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that a little more than I probably should have.
I didn't realize
very
they had
comical.
3 locations.
I think they have 4.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they have the small sluts and then a couple of 3 big ones.
3 big sluts.
I think so. So here we go, Joe. No, I'm not moving to Bangkok. Yes, I am moving to Bangkok. I'm going to be living in both places, people. I am moving. I am actually here in Bangkok now. I have a condo here in Bangkok, and I will be showing some video of how much it costs and all that cool stuff later on my channel, Walking My Shoes Thailand.
Yeah.
I will be showing a condo tour, all that.
One
cool
thing
stuff.
I wanted to mention about where we live, and especially in your building, actually, there's a couple of Russians that live in our condo. The one lady that lives in our building, she's like on the 7th floor, Julia. She's really cool. And then there's another Russian guy, and I believe he lives in your building. And again, it's a delta in,
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
Russians are back.
No, but the point is that these people, you wouldn't know they're Russian, meaning they're not assholes. They
I sure
actually
hope not.
behave with some degree of
they're probably older.
appropriateness. No, they're younger than we are.
Wow.
Definitely younger than we are.
So, so I will have a place in Jomtien, a place in Bangkok, and the purpose of the Bangkok one is not only to work more with the spot and work with mics as we launch this, but it's a great place to travel out of. You can get last-minute deals, and I don't have to worry about taking a bus or whatever. I just pop on the BTS MRT.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the airport in minutes.
For sure.
And then I can go for $50 to Vietnam, or right now it's $62. So... so I am going to be living in both places, but I will be traveling quite a bit around Thailand for sure.
It's a bummer. I was thinking this morning about going down to, because we talked about it, right? And it's like, obviously, I'm going to go down to Pattaya next Friday night late after my meetings, do the show Saturday, and then probably stay there Saturday night. We're going to work on the spot and that sort of thing. But I was also thinking, well, maybe I should go down at the beginning of this week. Maybe I should go down Sunday or Monday, do some stuff, come back Wednesday, whatever. And now I'm at the point where it's like, all right, well, if I total up everything over the last, say, 30 days, right, it's like, shit, I should have gotten a condo for like 8,000 baht. But I'm not going to be spending 8,000 baht every 30 days. It would have just been like in the last kind of thing. Because, I mean, once Gracie gets here, I won't be down there for at least 3 weeks. And so that would have kind of gone to waste, But
yeah, and I can tell you guys, I won't be staying at the Riviera. I like the Riviera. It was fine. I think it's super crowded right now.
Well, plus you mentioned the noise.
It's been very noisy, and people smoke cigarettes, and that's
that
just
must
not
be
my
even
thing.
worse
It was
with
kind
the
of
Russians.
annoying. It was a nice place, so I don't know where I'm going to be at yet. We actually are moving at the end of this month. Now, however, again, we're moving now. We're in Bangkok and we're in Jomtien, but I will not be at the Riviera anymore.
If you guys have any recommendations on where to live in Jomtien or Pattaya, both of us would love to hear it because I'd love to hear other
Pattaya,
experiences.
Pattaya or Jomtien.
Either one.
Yeah. So the future of the spot. So we're not going to spend tons of time on this because actually we're having such a great time. It's already 9:15.
I'm not even wearing pants. I mean, it's just amazing that we can
colorful
do this.
shirt with
15
no
people
pants.
watching. Thank you guys, and also thank you guys so much for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you for the super chats. And if you guys are watching on Live My Ass Off or Walking My Shoes Thailand or anywhere else, be sure to go to the spot, hit subscribe, watch on the
Please.
spot. When you watch on the spot, we're hoping we get all the comments into one thread so you guys can see them all. But the future of the spot. I just want to give you guys the quick announcement. We are making these awesome shirts, sort of like this one, not this one. We will have them for sale. Yeah, we're not giving them away, but we're trying to raise money for like our studio and a bunch of upcoming projects we're doing because we are self-funded. We're not dependent on anything. We don't have sponsors. We have some minor sponsors right now, but it's us right now, and we're trying to launch this thing, and so we got some awesome shirts coming. I've already dedicated a couple of shirts to like Nick. He gave us a nice donation a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, Nick, so much. I appreciate it.
Couple my cop.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Joe has just been awesome. A lot of you guys have just, constantly have done that, and we really appreciate it. And we're just taking that. And is that a copy of the shirt?
Yeah. So
Can
guys,
they see it?
so you should be able to. So check this out, you guys. What do you think? Pretty neat, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty looking. I mean, again, I just grabbed the quick photo that.
Yeah, so that isn't the final, but it's pretty darn close.
Pretty darn close. It's going to be really close to that.
So, and we're going to put our sponsors on the sleeves, and it's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys will have the opportunity to have one, pick one up, and then we're going to do T-shirts later on, all that stuff. But right now, we're doing these awesome polos.
Yeah,
they're pretty sweet. They're going to have our awesome logo on it, which I think is totally kick butt.
Yeah, it's kick-ass, man. It's awesome.
I
love it.
And we're going to get legit here. So the future of the spot is we're doing weekly shows right now, but you can listen to the spot.fm 24/7. And it's got some cool tunes. You guys like some cool tunes?
You like them?
I actually like it.
It's
now,
better, right? Now that I removed the rock.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you do want the rock, go to
bkk.fm. Tell your friends.
There it is, BKK.
Should we skadoosh on that?
We should skadoosh on that. I love it.
Great job on the T-shirt, on the polos, by the way.
The shirts look
because that's been back and forth. We lucked out. We found this printer, Stork Printing, by the way, and thank you, Steve from the Wombat. Steve turned us on to Stork Printing. Actually, it's not just Stork Printing. It's Stork PP, which simply stands for promotional products. So Stork PP, definitely, if you guys want to know, we can give you the contact info. But this guy's great. We got to meet the owner, but more importantly, we got to listen to the culture that he's developed there, the follow-through, the integrity that they have. So we really can't say enough great things about them. But yeah, the shirts are coming soon. All right, so just Mark's tip.
Well, we got more than just Mark's tip,
we?
but I just want to talk about this one, and then we can get your feedback. So, Mark, I don't know if you're still on. Some of you guys might have been waiting for it, but this is pretty interesting. So, I'm going to go ahead and start it off, and if you're still on, chime in and let's hear about it. So, we're out with Nick, and we are at the Fahrenheit Club. Walking Street. So, first of all, actually, we leave another club. I don't remember the name of it. Gosh, I wish I remember the name, Mark. If you're still on, you will remember it. So we walk out of this club to go get some cash because he gave the club owner his Charles Schwab card. And because we're trying to check out. And I pay with cash.
Okay.
Every time I walk into a club and I get my one drink, I pay that drink on the spot. I'm like, all right, look at the tab.
On the spot.
On the spot.
Ding, ding, ding,
bam.
ding, ding.
I pay for that drink because I don't want to run up a tab, and I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm just having water or a soda most of the time. And so, thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
Upfront deposit on the shirt. There you go, baby.
I appreciate that. Boom. Shirt's coming your way regardless, but you're coming in March.
Boom.
So we're in this club. I pay for the drink, and Nick's paying for his, and we're getting ready to walk out, and we're waiting for Mark. And we're sitting outside for a while, and Mark comes out, and he's just shaking his head. I'm like, okay, what happened? They go, well, they didn't take my Charles Schwab card. I'm like, okay. So he used his Wise card. Now, if you guys don't know anything about the Wise card, and definitely click on, do we have a link available for them by any chance?
Yep,
definitely click on the link. This is what's awesome about the Wise card, and this is part of this pro tip. Get a Wise card. So he gives them the Wise card. They go back there. When they hit his card, he gets an instant notification of them hitting the card and how much it was. Now, he walked out right away, and the thing is, they'd hit the card twice. And he got charged twice. And he's standing out front. We show the mama song because she walks out kind of concerned. We're like, look, we got charged twice here and another time here. He got charged 3 times.
One Schwab, 2 Wise.
2 Wise card. The thing is, he was notified instantly.
So Schwab sends you a message too. So I don't know why
it's just so quick. He was just impressed with that. And I said, yeah, I use a Wise card all the time. Please use it. And matter of fact, you guys use our link right there. Now, I'm not suggesting you use the Wise card at bars. This is that part of the pro tip.
Hopefully that's not the pro tip.
No.
Yeah.
The pro tip is, yes, get a Wise card. I highly recommend the Wise card. You get the exchange rates, all that cool stuff. And please use our link. We really appreciate it. The tip is, don't leave your card with the bar at all. I just avoid it at all costs.
Yes.
Pay your bar with cash. Go to the cash machine. Get the cash out. Pay with cash. You would not have this problem. He was really frustrated. He was so frustrated. After we left that bar, we go to the ATM to get cash. He gets his, I don't know, 10, 20,000 baht, whatever it is. And then we walk away and we go into the Fahrenheit Club right afterwards. He realizes, oh, crap, I left my card in the machine.
Oh, yeah.
He bolts out of there.
Too late.
And he's going straight to the machine, and there's this Thai guy calling for him, waving his card.
Yep. Thailand.
Skadoosh
to Thailand.
Place.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, the story ended with kind of a happy ending. And, matter of fact, there he is. Mark is online. So, Mark, we're talking about the story totally. So, yeah, they hit his card twice, and they hit his Charles Schwab card. Again, Mark, you can challenge that. I know Schwab will. I think they have some sort of protection or something like that. I don't know if you can challenge it. I don't know what they can do.
Of course you could. I don't know why he hasn't already. I mean, that's very bizarre.
Get your money back.
You just.
I'm all about.
All you got to do is log in, and you literally just tag that. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Tag. I would say tag all the charges on that Wise card. I mean, that's just my opinion. These guys, and they overcharged. I mean, it was a lot. And I'm thinking, this is ridiculous. This guy isn't like drinking anything. 1,200 baht for a beer. You know, I'm like, no. Something's not right.
I think obviously this, and I'm not to give you shit, Mark, but I think this kind of goes underneath my umbrella of advice. If guys come over here, it's like if there's going to be one pro tip that I give every single guy, don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot. Now, Mark, I would say he was actually well together. This is why I actually like this guy.
Okay, I mean, I'm not.
Well, this is why I actually like this guy. He actually was great with Nick. And
wait,
great
was
to
it
hang
his
out
first
with.
time here?
Mark's been coming here for, I want to say, over 10, 15 years.
Because that's a rookie move.
Yeah, Mark. Hey, what's the deal? Talk to us.
And I'm just very surprised because, I mean, one could argue that he wouldn't have done it unless he was successful with it in the past.
So, and he was the guy he was really, he gave us a huge compliment, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
He loves these pro tips. So, you guys, when we do a pro tip, and he called it, he tagged it. This is his tag. We just put tips, right? It doesn't mean we're like some pro. It means we have experience. We're getting stories from you guys. You're going to experience stuff on your own, whether cards work, don't work. You know, that's going to be up to you. For me, I'm just super cautious. I just pay cash as much as possible. However, when I'm at Bangkok, everything's on that darn phone. QR code scan. I am constantly scanning stuff. And,
I will say, though,
the bars, I just pay cash, man. I pay cash.
Behavior that he engaged in, I highly, highly support. Meaning, he didn't kick the friggin' door in and be like, "You overcharged me."
No, he was.
That actually is really
pro tip right there, buddy.
Yeah, that's hopefully the learning from this. Other than don't
pro tip
be an
right
idiot.
there.
But don't use your cards in places like, and quite frankly, don't use your card really anywhere here in Thailand. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Either use it to get cash out of an ATM, which is everywhere, because you're going to get the best exchange rate. And if you have a Schwab card, for Christ's sake, you're going to get all of your fees refunded. You don't get that with the Wise card, but you get a decent enough exchange rate. But you're still out 220 baht. But the other thing is that, like, if you're going to be somewhere and you're like going to use your credit card, well, I mean, you can do a bank transfer, that sort of thing, Yeah. So anyway, I would. Were you? I mean, it's sort of weird, Mark. I mean, it was very surprising. I had when Robbie first told me the story, I was like, I figured it was some random guy. And I was like, that's kind of weird. But I'm very curious. I mean, trust me, dude, I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, but I'm really curious because
rolling you under the freaking
slowly
bus.
Under a moving train. But I'm very curious because I can tell you right now, dude, here's what I'm very guilty of, being friggin' lazy. And I'm like somewhere and I'm like, screw it. You know what? I'm not going to deal with this. I don't want it.
Too easy to be lazy here.
I'm just going to pay my way around. For example, like, I mean, I've been with guys before. I have a buddy and he lives here and he's a CEO and, money's tight for him and his company and that sort of thing. And we're somewhere. And we take a cab somewhere, whatever, and the guy's like, oh, yeah, it's like 200 baht. And my buddy's like, oh, no, it should only be 160 baht. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Every single second of breath, you are wasting attention units and pulling energy out of my energy ball. I'm like, I got no use for this. Here's 200 fucking baht. Let's move on. So in that sense, I suppose I get lazy. I like you, right? Like, I pay my way to the front of the line. Like, I am not friggin' waiting at immigration. I have absolutely, priority.
I use an agent. I mean, this is a great pro tip right here.
So
I don't want to stand in line. I mean, I'm going to go get my driver's license this next week. Hopefully I get my passport back. I'll go get my driver's license, and it's going to cost me 4,000 baht to do both licenses. What's it normally cost to do it? 1,000 baht? I think it was 1,200,
A couple hundred, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 12. Well, with the class, right? Don't you have to take?
No.
So that's just another way. There you go, guys. So when Mike says he's lazy, he's guilty. I am doubly guilty.
You're ridiculously guilty.
He says I'm ridiculous because one thing, I'm not going to stand in line. I'm going to get picked up at my condo. They're going to take me over there. It's 4,000 baht. I'm going to have both my motorcycle and my car license. Boom. I'm done. I am super, super happy.
I have a video I think I did actually in November or maybe even December of 2019 when I first moved here about Gracie and I going and getting my driver's car as well as motorbike license. And it chewed up the whole day in the sense that, like, we did everything we needed to do in one day. I, like, made sure that I got it all done. We had to go to immigration, and I had to get a letter that basically said where we lived. And so we had to get proof of residency. Yeah. And then I needed to go to the thing. And then the only reason it chewed up most of the day is I got there at like 11:30, and they were like, well, we're going to go to lunch. So come back at like 1. So we went out into the parking lot of Land Transport, and we had like Pad per Cow Guy, and then went basically back in. I walked upstairs. You got to watch. So it's a 2-hour YouTube video that they basically play on the safety of road trips and that sort of thing, road safety. And they only paid like 45 minutes of it. And all the Thais are there on their phone. And I mean, I can't understand the word they're saying. And then we get up and then we did the reaction test. So at the end of the day, I mean, you have to do the same physical. You're not paying your way through the line. You have to attend. You have to go to Land Transport because they have to take your picture. So that's why I find it really hilarious because you're not really
I will
up
be
the process.
YouTubing it. So you guys can do some comparison, those who have been through it.
Yeah, so you can say
MedTech.
all the stuff that you do and all the stuff that I do are exactly the same. Yeah. I just have 5,000 baht more pocket.
We'll see. MedTech. Money is too tight to mention. Love it. So, hey, is this MedTech's first thing on our show today?
He's been...
No, just today.
No, he had a
we haven't seen him today.
He was joking around. He says, hey, sweetness. But
I love this. Greetings from China.
Hey, that's my brother-in-law. How you doing, Alex? Good to see you, brother.
Brother-in-law.
How long are you over there for? Because I know Gracie said that they're up in the farm today. Max and MJ. Good to see you, man. Hopefully everything's going well over there. He's an engineer, bald, awesome,
and the Chinese aren't over here in Thailand. Hey, by the way, you know when you were mentioning your story earlier in our show, and you guys can go backwards and check it out. That you were running on the beach, kind of like the Baywatch run. You're running on the beach and having high fives.
Yeah.
Did you have hair?
That's a great question.
Man,
yeah, I think I did.
Picture.
I did. I had my ponytail back then.
We need a ponytail.
Well, did you not watch my earlier videos?
I've watched some of your videos. We need to find these good pictures, guys.
I got to tell you, man.
I can't wait to pull that
after up. After shaving my head, I said to myself, "Oh my God, I should have done this 10 years ago." I had way too much forehead. Yeah,
I'm definitely all about shaving my head.
Are you shaving it now?
Well, nice. I raised her. I do the whole Bruce Willis. Hey, did he die?
Did he die?
Bruce Willis?
No. I mean, he's only 10 years older than we are.
I don't know. I thought I saw a
Seriously?
Facebook post or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe
did it
you
say,
guys can tell
yippee-ki-yay, I'm dead? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't know, man.
Bruce Willis.
Sorry if it's
Pretty
tasteless,
talented.
guys, for you guys. I was a Bruce Willis fan, but
Yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
dude.
You know, we are not the typical news channel. Matter of fact, we are not the news channel.
We are not a news channel.
We are not a news
sure,
channel.
yeah.
We are an entertainment source, telling you guys what's going on here in Pattaya, what's going on in Bangkok, and soon we're going to be talking more about Phuket, because I will be traveling there, and Chiang Mai, and several other different places. The spot every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock Bangkok time.
Absolutely.
8 o'clock.
It's
Want you
good
guys to tune in.
Giggity.
And we will be having our shirts for sale. Lots of stuff happening next week, 1669. I know it sounds like I'm all over the place, but I want to get all this stuff in before our last minute.
Exactly what we're going to be doing. Definitely check us out.
Yeah, check us out on thespot.fm. And if you're listening on Walking My Shoes Thailand or Live My Ass Off, be sure to go to the spot.
Yeah.
.fm or the spot .thailand? Is it .thailand?
No, Spot Thailand. So you want to go to youtube.com/@thespot_Thailand. That's the more important one because we really want you guys to subscribe.
That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you, Mike.
We really want you to subscribe because that would be really helpful. We got a marathon live stream coming up. We haven't decided exactly when that's going to be. It could potentially be on New Year's Eve where we basically celebrate New Year's Eve in every single one of the time zones like I did last year. That would be kind of neat. But again, that's also going to go into now. You're going to be in Pattaya. You're going to be on Beach Road.
I will be on Beach Road
for New Year's Eve, which is phenomenal, amazing. If you guys ever get a chance, I mean, it's over the top energy, so it might be too much for some people. Yeah. But I'm going to be doing
I'm doing a live stream on my channel probably during that time.
Okay.
So most likely I will be doing a live stream, assuming we tried doing a live stream doing fireworks on their phone doing a live stream.
Yeah, that was bonkers. I forgot about that.
I have to be aware of that. So if I can't do the live stream, I will be recording it for a video later on.
Right.
And you can tune into my channel, Walking in My Shoes Thailand, or to Mike's at
Live My Ass Off, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the easiest thing is you just go to youtube.com/Walking in My Shoes Thailand, or youtube.com/@ Live My Ass Off. And it's just the change in the handles that they're doing.
Yeah, and we appreciate all the super chats. We appreciate all that
Oh, my God. Thank you so much.
Walking Bangkok and yeah, there you go. Staying alive. Oh, yeah. But you know what? Mike says has class. This dude, he knows how to walk the streets. And I think with that, we should probably...
we should walk the streets?
We should kind of walk out of here, guys.
Wow. Nice segue, guy.
Nice segue into the end.
I mean, this guy, I've been doing this for a long time, and he is just coming into his own on this baby. You put a microphone in front of this guy. You get him up on the mic.
Put something large in my mouth like
this. Something big and black. Throw that thing right in your mouth, and everything's good to go. We should probably end on that. That's a good pro tip. Throw something big and black right in front of Robbie's mouth. Christy?
Like how quiet it got.
You got a little quiet. I could hear some crickets. With that, guys, I love you more than a fat kid loves cake. It's Mike's from LiveMyAssOff.com saying, I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream, you're doing it wrong.
And this is Robbie from Walking in My Shoes. Be sure to always live your best life, because if you're not living.